I bought today's storage unit for $240 because there was a safe front and center in the storage unit. Now let's see what we got inside this unit. What is up, everyone? I hope you all are doing well today. Today's storage unit video, we will be going through this unit that I purchased for $240 from the online auction website, storagetreasures.com. It is an absolute scorcher out here today, so let's go ahead and get into this unit. So the main reason I purchased this unit was not for this stool, but I should be able to make like $5 on that stool. The main reason I purchased this storage unit, hopefully there were a bunch of goodies waiting on the inside of this safe for us, maybe even some cash. That would be awesome, because I did spend a little bit more on this unit than I had planned. But whenever I saw this safe in here, I knew I had to get this unit. That being said, I am gonna wait on opening this safe because maybe the key is somewhere inside this unit. And honestly, these safes are actually worth quite a bit of money. So I'd hate to bust into this unnecessarily and ruin the safe. So we will open this up later on in the video. I don't know if y'all can tell or not, but I'm already working up a pretty serious sweat. This is actually really cool. I did not see this in the listing picture. This is the original baseball bat cane, and it was made at Louisville Slugger. I'm assuming they probably still make these, so it's probably not worth a ton, but I definitely think I should have no problem reselling this. Just an empty box right there. And then underneath that box is this really cool, I forgot what these are called. They're like the half grandfather clocks, but these are a really cool piece right here. If I can get this to work, this should almost cover this entire unit. Great find right there. Some old person thing. Is this for the shower maybe? I went ahead and brought back the stool so we could have something to open these boxes on and look through them together. What do we have here? That is actually really, really cool. That is the Fort Worth Boat Club 1985 annual regatta. Can I be completely honest with you guys? I don't exactly know what a regatta is personally. I am unsure what this exactly is. This looks very old and collectible. It kind of looks like 4 women on horses playing like their first game of polo or something. But then there's like some sort of like mushrooms sprouting up from the ground. I have no clue what this is. I'm gonna have to do some serious research and figure it out and let y'all know what exactly this piece is. But this might be one of the most unique pieces I've come across since doing these storage units. Hopefully the value of this matches the uniqueness. What is this? Whoa, we may have some serious value here. That is really cool. This is a Sound of Music box from 1991. As you can see, these are numbered. It's called The Hills Are Alive by Michael Hampshire. I feel like collectibles like these either are shocking by how cheap they go for or shocking by how expensive they are. Hopefully this is a super valuable one. It looks really cool in person. What is this? That's kind of cool. There's a hand-painted antique angel ornament right there. We got something loose. Got a little jewelry box right here. I need to look this over a little better, because that looks and feels like gold. That should be enough gold to basically cover the entire unit. I think the rest of that's just tissue paper protecting the bottom there. I know as well as anyone that inflation has gone absolutely nuts over the last few years, but it does surprise me whenever I see price tags of old items and what they used to go for. For instance, this 36-inch fiber optic poinsettia, the MSRP was $80 for this from Dillard's, and I could totally see one of my grandparents or great-grandparents back in the day having this. Go through this box real quick. What do we have here? This looks like it was made by the Bombay Company. Huh. You can see yours truly getting the first real sweat on of the year. What is this? Kind of looks like cards. No, not cards. Here's a certificate of availability for the Eternal Wishes of Good Fortune plates. These are the 2nd issue. I believe these are antique Japanese collectible china. Rumor has it after World War II, Japan couldn't get rid of their china fast enough, so they decided to sell it all to America. All that being said, these do have a 23 karat gold rim. Y'all's guess is as good as mine on if this is worth $30 or if it's worth $3,000. Hopefully it is worth closer to $3,000 than $30. But I guess if you are into this sort of thing, this is pretty cool. Then there's another gold rim plate underneath. Another one right here. Yep. Different design, but we got another one right there. Like I said, I don't exactly know what these are worth, but let's hope for something big. Ooh. It's like a pink-hued ornate glassware. Is that for a bundt cake? Bundt cake? Not exactly sure, but sometimes this stuff can be actually worth a little bit of money, especially if it has the right hue on it. And I think the pink stuff is typically more sought after. Ooh, this one back here says do not stack, which clearly got disregarded. Since it says do not stack, maybe there's some good stuff in this one. Well, don't exactly know why this would say do not stack. It looks like it's a bunch of pillows and covers. As you can see, I'm just drenched in sweat going through this small unit. I'm probably gonna need to like put a stair climber in a sauna to get in better shape to handle this summer in these storage units. But there's a Come All Ye Faithful pillow right there. Maybe we do have some collectibles down here. Let's see. It looks like we got a set of these pink hued glasses. I'll be curious to see how much these are actually worth. Since we have so many pieces from this set, I kind of assume we might be able to get a little bit of money for that. But that being said, I am by no means a fine china and glassware expert, but more vintage Christmas pillows. And then this cool little pink and gold serving dish was also in here. That was what the cover was wrapped up in, but I don't believe there's anything else in here of note. And then we have one of these old vintage stools or whatever they are that I feel like is mandatory in every grandparent's home. Also, maybe the most shocking development since I started buying storage units is the resellability of quilts. It truly is amazing how much these hand-stitched quilts will go for on the resale market. And honestly, the only thing that really matters is the condition. As long as it's in decent shape, there's not big tears, they seem to just resell super, super well. We've got at least two right here. And I believe we have another one back there, maybe two back there. So we may have 3 or 4 of those. I'm assuming we should be able to get anywhere from like $40 to like $75 for each one of these. So we may be able to pay for this whole unit just in quilts alone. Unfortunately, my mic did just run out of batteries, but we've gone through the majority of the unit so far already. It looks like very heavy wooden furniture. There's a nice armoire right there, but there's 3 pieces at least that I plan to put on Facebook Marketplace to hopefully get quick resells so I don't have to haul them all over the place in order to sell them. But they look like they're in pretty good shape and really nice pieces of real wood. So typically those are pretty easy to resell for reasonable prices, which I typically list for super cheap on Facebook Marketplace just in order to move them quick. But that being said, we have several boxes up there and in the back of the unit, and then there's one right there. And so we'll take those boxes home and go through them once I make it back home tonight. But this was another great unit, and I will meet you back home in just 1 minute. I finally made it home with the safe and a few other boxes after finishing up at the storage unit. Oh, there we go. And absolutely nothing. And I think I just now realized it was actually unlocked the whole time. And that actually is something that I need to look at in the future on these, because if these are not locked, they probably will not have anything in them. That was too bad, but we still have like 3 or 4 boxes to go through, so let me go grab those. All right, let's go ahead and go through this box next. We have here, there's an older Christmas dish right there. A little fat snowman holding up a dessert tray. It's kind of a cool, very ornate porcelain ornament. It's kind of a cool Flowers for Mother miniature plate by Donald Zolan. Very, very heavy. That might be a famous building I should know. Not exactly sure, but boy, that thing is heavy. All right, what do we got in here? Ooh, I'll open this up here in a minute. This is cool. Squire's Hall by David Winter, 1985. That one might be worth a little bit of money. Smaller piece from that David Winter's collection is the Little Market. Lilliput Lane, St. Lawrence Church. That is really cool. That does have a tiny little chip on the top there, but other than that, it looks pretty good. Should still be resellable. Obviously, we won't get full price for this, but still pretty cool. Another one of these David Winter's pieces. Hopefully these things are worth something, because if so, we hit the jackpot with these handmade figures. There's another one. This one says this one's just made in China, but still kind of cool. Yet another one. This one's the Fisherman's Wharf, or the Fisherman's Wharf. And another. Pretty cool. We got basically the whole collection, I guess. The Suffolk House by David Winter. So why don't we do this? Is the giveaway in today's video. We'll actually give away a few of these, so there will be a few winners picked in the comment section below. But how to enter to win one of these: first, like this video; second, subscribe to my channel; and third, comment below your favorite vacation destination. Good luck on this giveaway, and let's finish off the storage unit. All right, let's go ahead and look through this. I forgot to show this off. What is this? Some sort of mouse music box. This is not a toy, for decorative purposes only. I don't know how much that'll actually be worth, but that is pretty cool. Those are some wild looking plates right there. I think there's more of the pink dishes. I don't know if it all is, but I'm assuming the rest of these are just gonna be more of the pink dishes. We don't need to go through all those. All right, and last but not least, we'll go through this box. I believe this was the box we were going through whenever my mic cut out back at the unit. This was actually the only piece I saw out of this box. I thought this was kind of cool. I don't know what this is. It kind of reminds me of the Taj Mahal, maybe. I don't think that's what it's supposed to be, but I'm not 100% sure. It's a little owl, salt and pepper shakers, just a porcelain flower, I guess. Another flower right there. These are made in Italy, or at least that one is. I don't think the other one said where it was made. Ooh, kind of nice. There's butterfly on there. Well, that's cool. That goes with the little mini tea kettle. Alrighty, I guess that is it from that box. And I believe we went through everything from the unit after going through that box. That was another fun storage unit. Unfortunately, the safe was a huge letdown, but at the very least, I think we should have no problem making our money back, depending on what those David Winter figures will go for. But all that being said, I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and we'll see you next time. Stay radical.